Hello everyone. Thanks for watching our vlogs. Your comments have been awesome and please continue them. So right now, this past week, Chrissy has been doing well, making improvements, eating, sleeping, getting some rest. Also still teaching her online classes for ASL, working at home. Well, not working in person for now, that's on hold. That way her husband can take care of her at home. So right now, she's been on antibiotics and will be till next Monday. Monday, yes. So the infection, we're going to follow up with the doctor next week about that. And for now, we had to go to an appointment with the doctor yesterday, a follow up to see if we would continue with a chemo or what the game plan will be going forth. And so we went to our appointment yesterday. We met with the doctor, the nurses. They were writing things in the chart, asking questions, going back and forth, answering questions, asking questions. And the point of it was so that we could try to make a decision on where we should go with this, with the chemo, or to have other options. So for now, the port being taken out, also with the follow-up with the wound, the surgical wound. And we have to be careful to keep that site cleaned every day, twice a day. We clean it to make sure it's okay and that there's no infection. Now, of course, we have been seeing some brown pus. There's been this drainage. And we'll find out next week if that's normal or not. We're not sure. We're going to meet with the wound clinic next week. So we'll go ahead with that. Anyway, so going back to our meeting with the doctor yesterday, we try to make a decision. Should we proceed with chemo or the other two treatment options? The first of the three options are just chemo, which kills cancer cells. The second option is treatment for the tumor to quote unquote shrink it. It's called targeted treatment. So the goal of that is to shrink the cell, the cell which is the HER2. She's HER2 positive as well as ER positive. So with both of those, HER2 and the ER, the treatment would target them. And in her situation, it makes sense to do that because she had the ER visit with the infection and all that. So the chemo is off the table for right now, and instead we did the targeted treatment. So that was the decision for now, for in the morning. It was a good 1.5, no, because she says 2 hours. So it's a good 2 hours, and she got the treatment, and she slept all the way through. From the first, soon as they started the medicine, she fell asleep until they were done. So she had a good rest. Chrissy says, yes, I had snacks in a cooler bag and I didn't even eat them. I just slept. So Nathan says, well, it's important that she got the medication and it went through the PICC line. So that's in her arm here. Chrissy says, my right arm. So it went through the PICC, which is easier for now. Instead of trying to poke her and find a vein, she doesn't need more pokes. So that happened. And then next, we're going to continue to use the PICC. And we'll find out more after our visit with the infectious disease doctor, the specialist. Is that the right sign? Yes, infectious infection. So that'll be next week. And then from there, we'll see what the plan is. We're going to remove that PICC line and then maybe put in another port on the left side. Chrissy says right here on my left side. And we'll see from that. And then at our next appointment, which is on June 26th. Oops, no, it's June 27th, sorry. So with that, that's where we are. And it seems that we're getting some progress. And we also noticed in the last week that she's had a lot of hair, a lot of hair loss. Her hair's been falling out a lot, so I did some research to try to figure out what's happening. And sure enough, when you get hit with the chemo as well as with an infection of sepsis, that makes it like doubly worse, makes your hair loss doubly worse. So we noticed that she had a lot of loss of hair, and there'll be more hair loss as we go along. So that's where we are right now. Thank you for watching our vlog. Anything to add, Chrissy? Chrissy says no, but the important thing is that I'm fine today, and we'll see how it goes. And hopefully I'll keep getting better. We'll see. But thank you all for your thoughts, your love, your prayers, your support. Also, with the 2 treatments, they will have some possible side effects, but we're going to see what they are starting now for the next 3 weeks. So, that's what we'll keep putting up vlogs with updates about how she's doing, how she's feeling, her moods, everything. And, some will be short and sweet, some might be longer. But if you are curious about HER2, or you're about, it's a kind of protein that doubles the, rate of growth for tumors. And, I'm trying to figure out more about what that is. I can't give you a full background on it, but she's HER2 positive. I've been looking that up, and we know that it's a protein that triples the rate of tumor growth. So that's why we're hoping this treatment will make the cells shrink. That's the goal. And yes, there's no chemo for the cancer cells right now. The chemo would make it worse or have adverse effects. So depends on how her body fights to get rid of the cancer. Well, you can't completely get rid of the cancer, of course, but that's where we're at. That's where our thoughts are right now, and that's what we know so far. So we're going to keep it up. We're going to keep researching. We're going to keep going for it. And thank you for watching. Have a great day. Chrissy says thank you. Yes. Bye-bye.